What's up, everyone? This week on the pod, got Fred from False Confession, and then at the end of the pod, we got Char-Man busting it out live. So that's something special. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it. Smash that button. Also, give it a like, rate it, review it. All that stuff really helps out the pod, and much respect to everyone who's done it already. Thanks so much. If you want to go the extra mile, you can go to patreon.com/185 miles south. Become a monthly Patreon. $1 gets you behind the paywall. And if you can help out some more, that is much appreciated as well. Trying to do Patreon episodes for almost every interview we do. So if I interview a dude, basically I have on some buddies and we talk about that podcast, talk about his discography. And honestly, those are some of the most fun pods for me to do. And I think it's some of the best content. So check it out. But without further ado, let's get on to Fred.
"185 Miles South", a hardcore punk rock podcast.
What's up, everyone? This week on the pod, I got Fred from False Confession. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Cool, no problem.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Finally.
yeah. How did you get into punk and hardcore? And was it your first musical love, or were you into stuff before?
I was into stuff before because my dad was into like a lot of rock and stuff. He listened to all kinds of music. So there was always music in the house. But I got started on like like Black Sabbath and AC/DC, like all this hard rock stuff. And then my friends from down the street, I think I was in high school. That's around like when punk was just happening, like it was like late 70s, early 80s. But I haven't never really heard it yet. But then my friend brought over a cassette of the Sex Pistols, never mind the Bullocks. Okay, this is punk. Okay, this is cool. Blah, blah, blah. I got it. It was cool, and I heard the Ramones and everything. But then I had my other friend, this guy Todd Castor. He goes, that's not real punk. This is real punk. And he brought over the Black Flag Damaged album, and that was like huge for me. That was a game changer. Like, oh my god, this is insane. It was so raw, and like Greg Ginn's playing, and like, just the rawness of it. I was hooked. I was like, I just want to listen to hardcore. So I started I got really into hardcore punk. After that, and I discovered all these bands like Minor Threat and SOA. That was like a big one. SOA and Minor Threat, and then Discharge, and then like Wasted Youth, GBH, all that stuff. Yeah, I got really into it. Hardcore punk was like the turning point for me. It's like fuck all the rock stuff. It was like hardcore. That's what I liked the most. So.
Yeah, had you already been playing guitar, or was it punk that inspired you?
It was a punk. It was punk that inspired me. After that, after like hearing all that stuff, my friend had a guitar for sale. Well, I think it goes like, I wanted to start a band with my friends. So I'll play drums. And they go, yeah, but he plays them. Artel, that was the first drummer. He goes, no, but he plays drums. I go, but I don't want, we need a guitar player. I go, but I want to play drums. I go, well, I think Darren has a guitar for sale. Why don't you go get one? I go, so I bought it. And I was only a guitar player by default. I didn't even want to play guitar. I wanted to be a drummer.
Yeah.
So I got stuck with playing guitar, but that was it. I mean, I didn't take it seriously or anything. I just wanted to, do it, like start a band or whatever. I wanted to play drums. I want to play drums. But yeah, I just got stuck with guitar, and I just stuck with it, I guess. Yeah.
Did he start going to shows around that time as well?
Yeah, I was going to shows. A lot of let me see. I'm just trying to figure out. I might be jumping back and forth, but we go to the show. Like me and my friends would go to shows up in the Valley in LA. We weren't going to the hardcore shows yet. We'd go see who we would go to see, like Wall of Voodoo or like all these power pop bands, and like Oingo Boingo and stuff. And,
Sure.
But then, once the hardcore thing, once we got into the hardcore thing, we started going to the Cafe de Grand a lot. And that's where we met. But then I think I was already met a couple of guys like, from the hardcore scene, like John Faneuf and Ismail and everybody. And we started going to the shows because we knew them, but I don't know if we haven't played there yet. We haven't played out. We haven't really got the band going yet.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Channel Islands.
Okay, and so they were at Wainimi, right?
Well, see what the guys the band first started, it was the bass player, this guy Bob. He's on the demo LP, Bob Biggerstaff, and then the guy that played drums was in the marching band in Channel Islands High, and he had access to the music room there. So he'd bring all the instruments from, like, on the weekend from the high school. He would, like, bring all the drums, he had all the guitar amps, and I had a guitar, and we didn't know how to make distortions. So it was funny. It was like, how do you get distortion out of it? I don't know. We would just turn everything up on 10. It was like, I remember it was a Fender Twin Reverb, and I had a master volume, so I couldn't get any real distortion. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to get any sound. We were not musicians. We were just starting out. We just wanted to have fun. It was just like a fun thing. It wasn't even like a real thing to get in. Oh, I want to start a punk band, play shows. It wasn't even that. We just wanted to play it was punk rock. Like we were doing we just do just doing a bunch of covers and just like those are distortion covers, 1945 and what else? And it was like all the songs that we knew how to play, like Red Cross and some Wasted Youth songs. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So it's a 3-piece first.
Yeah, and that demo LP came out, but it didn't have really any information in it. What year did you guys do the demo and get the band together?
I think it was like 82, 81. Like a couple of us were still in high school. I hadn't even met Israel yet. Because I think when we started taking it a little bit more seriously, that's when we met Israel. And Israel got in the band. And then Artel, the first drummer, I can't remember how he left, but I know we were auditioning drummers, and I met Harry because we used to surf together, and then he tried out, and he was really good. He was playing super fast right off the bat, and I go, okay, let's get this guy. So I remember we weren't together that very long. All of us just barely knew how to play our instruments, and go, hey, there's this thing at Goldmine Studios in Ventura. They're having this special. You can go in there for one day and they'll record one day, a whole day. And we just went in and we just practiced a bunch, just went in there and just recorded it, and that's what we got.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar to like Il Repute, the two demos, and they just got re-released recently.
Oh really?
Yeah, but because you do so many songs, and it's the same thing. They went into the same studio and recorded 10 songs each session.
Yeah,
and
I didn't even know how we even wrote all that stuff. Just when I think back, we had it was 16.
It's a lot of songs.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, we were just barely learning how to play. And we just got thrown in. I think this is how you get shows. You just make a demo, and then you go to the clubs, and then you get to the promoter or whatever. We were so green back then. We were just a bunch of kids. I think Harry was 16 when we recorded. Yeah, those guys are really young. I think it was 18 or 19.
Do you remember the first shows you played? Were you playing parties and so forth?
Yeah, we were playing parties. The first show we played, I think it was a house party for sure. I can't remember who played, but yeah, when we played, everybody dug it. Oh, cool, everybody likes this. We met a lot of those guys like Tony Cortez and John and Ismail. I remember meeting Ismail and John and Carl Valdez. Those guys are really cool. And they liked it. So I guess we did a few more. And the house parties were really crazy back then. I get to see Doc Snow. Doc Snow was amazing when we saw him. Aggression was probably, at that time, they were the best band. They were like real musicians. It was amazing to watch them live, like in a house. I was like, dang, we'll never be that good. They were fucking awesome. They were so good.
Well, they
Because
were
they had
like
Mark Aber on drums. Go ahead.
they're like grown men too, right? Where everyone else is like really young and
they
they're
were.
a few
Yeah,
years
they
older.
were older. Yeah, they were. Yeah, we were like kind of intimidated by them. Like, dang, these guys are like real musicians. Like, wow. Yeah, we were kind of intimidated,
Yeah.
but it was pretty cool to see them. Yeah, Gerson was amazing.
Yeah, what was the scene like, pre 1984? So like in 83, is it a bunch of house parties and just everyone being really friendly and getting to know each other?
Oh, no.
Okay.
It was crazy, dude. It was like, because there was like the punks and then there was people that weren't punks. There was like the stoners and the hippies or whatever. They did not like the punks. I mean, there was just there was fights all the time. There was like, punks all got along, but then all these guys, they would try to crash a party or they'd show up or whatever, and then there would be a few fights. For the most part, it was super fun. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to exaggerate, but it wasn't perfect, but it was a lot of fun. The house parties were really cool because a lot of bands, that's how they started. Like, I think when the first time we saw RKL, that was insane. They were like the best band I've ever seen, and for how young they were, everybody was bummed. Like when we saw them, they were too good for their age. It was amazing to see them. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, was that before they had anything out?
Yep, this is they haven't even played shows or anything. I remember we just went to a party and this band like, I think we were playing too. The RKL went on before us. That was the first time anyone seen them, and it was mind blowing. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, tough act to follow. Oops.
Yeah, it was crazy. They were really good. I was like, that was, and they were like I put them up there with Bad Brains like at that time. I don't know how they got so good and they were so young.
They must have just played all the time. They must have just practiced and practiced and practiced.
Yep. They had to. I mean, it was pretty amazing. Yeah, RKL was like one of my favorite bands back then.
Yeah, So the False Confession demo is cool that it got documented, but the 7-inch is what's spectacular. And it's interesting that you make that jump out of doing kind of straightforward hardcore of the time to the 7-inch.
Yeah.
Like you're tucking in like some of the like more dark wave type aspects, like everything about it, right? From the imagery to the music, going for a song like Feline that was also on like the Narcore comp, like not a crooner, but like, you're taking those risks. Like, what gives you this confidence to like go there, like while you're so young?
I think what happened was, I think it was like 83, 84, the whole death rock thing started happening. Israel got really into it. So, and then, we just started showing up with these lyrics, and then, I don't know, just an idea. I think we just go, let's try to do something darker. And then, I think we were getting really into the whole death rock thing and the British hardcore, like GBH, Discharge stuff. And we just wanted to make like a more darker sound. And, and that's how that happened. So, took a chance. Israel really wanted to go that direction. Like he wanted to go way more into the Feline direction, but it didn't happen.
Yeah,
but it was cool. We were all happy with it.
Do you remember? Cool. Do you remember how you hooked up with Mystic?
Let me see. I was thinking that I can't remember. I might get it wrong, but I think we talked to Doug Moody on the phone or Phil. Because I can't even remember if the False Confession EP came out first or the Plug in Jesus. But I just remember going to the studio, and I think it was Doug Moody. He was there the whole time we were recording. I think it was Doug Moody contacted one of us. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And he said, come down and record an EP. It was supposed to be a 12-inch, but I think we didn't. I don't know what happened. we ended up not doing a full LP. So yeah, I can't remember. I was trying to think. I don't remember. I think, but I'm pretty sure. I think it was Doug Moody though that did talk to one of us.
Do you remember anything about recording the 7-inch?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. I know. I remember I was recording that. I had a little TV backstage, with a 10-inch speaker, and just had the distortion all the way up. That was it. I just plugged straight to that, and then there was like the little drum room. I think we did it all in one day, but it was a lot of fun. I remember there was some kind of tension going on between Scott and Israel. And then, I don't know, Israel, I don't know what happened, but there was some kind of thing going on. But Israel, did a really good, he was pissed. He was kind of angry doing the vocals. And I go, holy shit, Israel's pissed off about something because the way we were watching him, do the vocals.
Yeah.
And so what you hear on the record is him, he was not in a good mood. I don't think he was in a good mood, but he was pretty angry. So when you listen, you go, yeah, Israel's pissed off in that record. But, yeah. So, but it was a lot of fun. It was fun for the most part.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing because, a lot of the Mystic stuff gets knocked for not having good recordings. But for whatever reason, this 7-inch sonically sounds great. Why do you think it came out so good compared to so many other things that came out bad?
Because you know what? I heard about when Ilri 2 did their... they did a 7-inch before... they did the 7-inch before What Happens Next.
Yeah, it's a year before.
I know the drums... Because Carl was telling me that the kick sounded so bad, he had to play a coffee can with a spoon.
Yeah.
So when you hear did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that story?
Yep.
That's hilarious. So I know that, but I don't know. I think maybe we had a different engineer. That's my only explanation. I think there was a different engineer, and they didn't. And plus, we were kind of there for the mixing because we were there for the mixing. I was telling them turn the guitars up, turn the drums up, turn the vocals up. And had everything just dying. He goes, you can't turn anything up anymore. I goes, well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything was everything was on 10 on the mixing board. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, but when I look back now, it's I don't think that guy was a real engineer because he turned everything up, but he didn't know how to get the levels after that. Because why don't you just put everything level and whatever's too loud, just turn it down instead of turning what you can hear up? Because at the end of the session, everything, all the faders are all on 10, it was way past, it couldn't go anywhere.
Well, you intimidated him. You muscled him to have them all on 10.
It was hilarious, and that's what you hear. So when you hear the record, you're just hearing all the faders on 10. There was no real mixing involved.
That's the secret of Mystic. Then everyone should have cranked it up to 10.
Exactly on that little mixing board. It was a real console, but I just remember all the faders just all the way up. It was funny.
Yeah, there's that one heavy metal pedal, the HM2. A lot of bands use it now.
Yeah.
It's that heavy metal pedal from the 80s or whatever, and the tone is garbage unless you put every knob on 10.
Yep.
And then you get that great brutal tone. It's fuck, Mystic Records, the HM2 of studios. Fuck.
Yep, exactly. I got 5 of them. I got one heavy metal pedal, and then I have 4 clones.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Some people are super fans of that pedal, and that sound is pretty huge right now.
Oh yeah, I love that sound. It's so gnarly. So it's that's that total chainsaw sound.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do False Confession, you also joined Dr. No. How did you join Dr. No, and were there weird were there weird band dynamics there? Were people bummed that you're joining another band?
I don't even remember how False Confession just kind of fell apart. I think because we were so young back then, it just kind of fizzled. I don't know, after the EP, and then I don't know, Kyle just came up to me and goes, oh, play guitar in Dr. No. I'm like, okay. So, but I think there was really no weirdness because Dr. No would be practicing. We practiced Harry's. Harry lived right across the street from Wainimi High, and I just remember going to his house, and we would just everybody would show up from Dr. No, and we would practice in there. And when I got in, I think that's when Brandon. I can't remember. I think Brandon quit. Brandon Cruz quit, and then there was so we started auditioning singers in Harry's garage, and then this guy Mark Fisher joined, and then that lasted a few shows, but he was pretty awesome. This is before even writing the EP. But yeah, when I joined Doctor No, that was, things got pretty serious. Those guys were like they were getting like some pretty insane. It was pretty awesome.
How was that? Like, how was that jumping from a band that, like, you were there from like the start and they're your buddies, to like joining a band where it's already, they've been around for a couple years and they're kind of fine tuned by that point?
It was because of I was still really new to even playing shows and playing in bands. It wasn't really that big of a deal. I mean, I just got in and all of a sudden I was practicing with them and then we were playing all these big shows, and it was pretty cool. But I got to learn a lot of stuff. Being in Dr. No, we played a lot of really big shows. Like with UK Subs, Bad Brains. That was huge.
Where was that at?
The Bad Brain. We played a couple of shows with them. They did. I think we played like one in Santa Barbara, and then one in where is it? I think San Diego.
Okay.
That was insane. That was wow.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, San Diego has such a reputation back then of being such a wild, violent scene. Is that how you saw it as well?
Well, we played the UK Subs and Battalion of Saints in San Diego. I didn't see it. I didn't see it happening. I mean, I was really cool. I'm just, go show up to shows and watch the bands, and like hanging out in the crowd, and nothing really. I didn't see it happening. I mean,
Right.
if there was, I never really experienced it. It was just a ton of fun. I mean, all the shows, being in Doctor No was a lot of fun. And Kyle was hilarious. He was super funny to be around. He's a clown.
Yeah.
But he's really cool.
So you join and you're on the Plug in Jesus record. What do you remember anything about recording that record? And how did you feel when like Kyle played these songs for you? Like, here's these songs. 'Cause this is a all-time classic LP.
Okay, I remember we always met at Harry's because it was just me and Kyle. We would just, he goes, here, I got some new songs to show you. So we would just sit in Harry's garage and he would just show me. I remember playing Mr. Freeze when he showed it for the first time, and then we worked out. I remember working out those parts together because I think this is after because we did the False Confession EP first. But you know how it climbs in the middle? He kind of wanted to do like that feline thing, down and you know how it climbs in the middle of the song?
Sure.
So it was kind of like that thing going on, like we were just kind of throwing ideas back and forth. And then he asked, "Hey, let's do a couple of False Confession songs on the record." Okay. So, but then when we did it, he goes, "Let's change the intro and like pick another thing that we can do, blah blah blah." So we just kind of switched around a couple parts, and then he put some new lyrics, and then we just jammed for the rest of the day, just working on songs and stuff. And then Usma had a song too. I can't remember what. Citizens of the World. Yeah, Usma wrote that one. Yeah, it was really cool. And we practiced a lot at Kyle's house too. Kyle's garage.
Hopefully, Ismail also wrote the bass solo on the end of Circle of Fear.
That's right. Yeah, we did that. Yep. That's a classic solo. That was pretty awesome. I remember being in the studio when you're doing the bass. We were all dancing while we were doing the solo. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And El Duce was there the whole time we recorded. It was hilarious. From the Mentors, he wanted to do he wanted to do a rap album, El Duce. So I think when we weren't recording, he was in there doing vocals for something. But him and Kyle were like, Kyle went in there and he started rapping too, but it never got released. I don't know whatever happened to that record or that song.
Oh man, someone's got to dig it up.
Yeah, I know they have because of recording, because they both did a rap. They both had a rap song. There's El Duce and Kyle. I don't know what happened to it. So you gotta bring it up to him if you ever talk to him.
That's another great sounding record though that came out of Mystic. Did it go over multiple days, and like was the vibe? I mean, obviously that sounds like it's a pretty fun vibe, but
yeah, it was really fun. There was no tension. I mean, Rick and Kyle, they had their moments. They kind of butted heads every once in a while, but for the most part, it was really cool. Rick Heller, yeah. Here's another. He was like the kind of like the promoter and the band guy. He did a lot of the band stuff. Got all the shows. He was friends with Gary Tovar from Golden Boys, so that's why we're getting all these big shows. Yeah, he was a business guy, Rick Heller, but it was a lot of fun. He was a cool dude to be around. Yeah, the whole band was. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you remember any other standout shows from that time?
Yeah, I remember opening for Megadeth. That was insane. I was in Vegas. Megadeth had set up all their equipment, like in front. Like they did the sound check, and then they were done, right? And they go, "Hey, aren't you guys gonna take your equipment off stage?" Nope, you guys got to sit in front of us. I go, what? I never heard of that. Like, that was the first time I played with a metal band. Like, okay, so we set up our stuff. I mean, we only had like a foot in front of. We only had like 3 feet of space in front of all their gear. So we played. We opened the show. It was like this big place in Vegas, but went over really well, and it was like a bunch of metalheads there, and a bunch of punkers or what. And then so Megadeth comes on, and then they're they're playing, and every time in between each song of Megadeth song, people are like, Doctor No, Doctor No,
Yeah.
Doctor No. It's hilarious. So after like I think the third or fourth song, they start doing it. Doctor No, Doctor. So and Dave Mustaine goes, "Hey, we like Doctor No too, man. Shut up." Hilarious. We're like, yeah, that's cool. And then after that, we're like people like coming up to us like, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" Like they were signing Rex. Like that never happened to us. Like, whoa, like this is getting serious. So that was a pretty big show. That was a standout show for me. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, what was the capacity of that club? Do you have any idea? Was there
I
5?
think it was like 500-600.
Yeah.
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's big, but that's pretty early for Megadeth too.
Yeah, it was Megadeth was kind of new. They were like his newest Slayer. Yeah. I think that we played open a show for Slayer a long time ago. I remember it was like in some outdoor show. But I don't remember a lot about that. I think I just remember they played really fast. Like those guys are like hardcore, but really good.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it feel like years later when they covered Dr. No?
I was pretty awesome. I go, damn, that's how it should have sounded. No, that's good. But then I played, like when I first heard it, oh, this is insane. Then I went back and played the Plug and Juice one. It wasn't too far. It wasn't too much difference. They didn't. So they go, okay, I thought, but it was amazing. Like, holy shit, this is good. It was good.
Yeah, they played it really straight.
Yeah, they did. They did a good job. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
So, Plug In Jesus comes out like on a Mystic side label called Getaway, and one of the rumors I heard was the reason that it came out on Getaway was because Kyle didn't want to be on the same label as the Grimm. Is that true?
Really? Funny. Oh, I don't know about that, but I know it was. It's probably true but I know that Phil Riggs was Doug Moody's partner, I guess you could say. It came out on his label. It's like, yeah, maybe that's why are there any other bands on Get Away?
Yeah, there was like a few releases. I can pull it up because I have a few that came out on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Phil's side label for Mystic, but I haven't heard that rumor, but that's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah. It was the Doctor No, and then Slimy Valley. The comp came out on Getaway,
Right.
and then
Okay.
the Kilroy 7-inch and Instigator 7-inch, and then later, I think it's the second AG's 7-inch, and a band called Withdrawal. That was like some of the stuff that they were doing in the late '80s.
Oh, okay.
So
That's awesome.
yeah. So why do you end up leaving Doctor No?
All right. So let me see. So things were getting pretty serious. Like they were playing like more and more shows. I think it was after the Megadeth show. He goes, "Hey, Rick had booked the whole tour to go all the way to New York and back." And I don't know. I wasn't that serious at the time. I said I told him I couldn't do it. I couldn't be gone for that long or whatever. And that's when that's when I left and everything. But everything was cool. I mean, they understood. They okay, and that's when it became a 3-piece. When they toured, they did that big old tour, that first tour. Now when I'm looking back, I wish I would have went because I ended up not really doing a whole bunch after that.
Sure.
That was it. Before that big tour, when they went to New York and back. Yeah.
How do you like the subsequent albums, like This Island Earth and Wreckage and Flesh?
I don't know. They sound different to me. I don't know what happened. I think. I remember. I was still in the band when they were talking to Metal Blade. Because This Island Earth is on Metal Blade, right?
If it's not, it's on a subsidiary of it. It might be on like it might be on like Death. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I remember. I was in the band. We were talking to Metal Blade or Death Records about doing The Silent Earth, and then I think that was about the same time I was leaving the band. So, but they ended up. I think Kyle asked and go, "Hey, can we do Left to Burn on it?" Because Left to Burn is on The Silent Earth, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, and then Scott Morris played some piano on it. Like, yeah, everything was really cool back then. Even though I said I couldn't do the tour, they were, everyone understood. Everyone was cool. But looking back, I wish I would have stayed. I would have stayed with the band.
Yeah. What do you think is like the peak of like the old Narcore scene? Is it like that 84, 85 era?
Of all the bands that we're talking about, yeah, I'm gonna say, 85. I think it was 85. I'm going to say 84. I think in 85, everyone started kind of experimenting out of hardcore. But I think I'm going to say 83 and 84 was the peak of when that hardcore, the punk rock, and then. But Kyle was always had that metal edge. He always wanted to keep that whole vibe in there. I'm going to say like 80. Like for me, in my opinion, I think it was like 84. Like 85, it was kind of peaking out there. Like people were starting to, the bands want to get like experiment a little bit out of the hardcore thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 86 it gets kind of weird, right? Because This Island Earth comes out, Stalag kind of goes metal. Ill Repute breaks up. You know.
And then I think a lot of it had to do with when that SSD control came out. It was things got really slow after that. Because remember, it was like I can't remember the name of it.
The How We Rock, I think.
Yeah, how it was like the golden one said with the big SSD letters on the cover.
Right.
No, I think it was the blue one. But anyway, whenever a lot of us heard that, like, wow, they're powerful. Like, and they're playing slow. Everyone was kind of slowing down a little bit. And then we saw Blast. That was like a big influence too when they came through Oxnard. We played some shows with them when I was in False Concession. So things were kind of, there was kind of a turning point when things were kind of slowing down or kind of branching out into different things, whatever. Like when False Confession played a show with 7 Seconds. This is like in 85, 84, 85, maybe a little bit later. They were already doing this whole weird thing, like U2 kind of stuff. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was in the late 80s with the hardcore thing, with the hardcore bands. Yeah.
Well, and what was it like in your opinion, like seeing everything change so much? Because everyone's still so young.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a natural progression. Like, this is what I think, because everyone started learning how to play their instruments, so they thought they could be doing something different. Whoa, I don't want to play hardcore anymore. I'm going to play like I'm the Edge and U2 or whatever. I don't know. I think as people started to learn how to play their instruments and they try to do something else musically. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I've never thought about like the SSD album being influential in that way. That's kind of mind blowing because, listening.
It was influential on our thing. I think with people I know, like with Overcute and then Sing Blast and with us even, yeah, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it just seems like the blueprint of what not to do.
I know, it's so weird. And then that how like you said, How We Rock. I think it sounded kind of like AC/DC-ish. Like kind of AC/DC kind of thing going on.
Totally.
Yeah. And I think that's how, I think if Overcute was kind of influenced by that, right? A little later. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to tell because, Transition comes out whenever it comes out in the late 80s. And I don't think it's supposed to be a record. And that thing is just such a weird mishmash of different things. There is some gold on there. Like, I think that song Burning is actually one of the better Ill Repute songs.
Yeah.
But,
but what happens next is like that's the ultimate. That's a classic right there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing record. When we first heard it, like, whoa, they got really good. It was pretty awesome when it came out.
Sure. So what do you do all this time when you're not like playing in bands that are putting out music? Because False Confession gets back together sometime in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, we got asked to play the Nard Fest, the first Nard Fest.
Okay.
Yeah. And then since we didn't have a bass player, so Isma volunteered to do it. And then that's how, so he's still with us now. And, but in between that time, I had moved to LA and I was just playing in bands here and there. And just working. Nothing really too serious.
Did he play in any bands that put anything out?
Let me see. No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I didn't play on any recordings. God, I can't even remember. Nope. I don't think so. I just joined a bunch of bands that just playing shows, just playing clubs and stuff. Nothing too serious.
That's kind of cool though. Just to like still be playing music, even though if it's like not a band with a serious vision.
Yeah, I wasn't really that serious, but it's just so weird. But when we did after the first Nard Fest and we started playing all those shows, like, hey, might as well just get serious about it. It seemed like there was a lot of people that wanted to see it, so we're still here.
Yeah, no. So you get back together for that, and then you start playing a lot more, and I think Ill Repute is still phenomenal. Like,
they are
so proud to have them be from Nard because it's like, check out like our old school band. Like they play and they're not embarrassing. They fucking kick ass, and you guys are the same. Like you came back and it's like, obviously I never got to see you back then, but you guys kill it. Like it's,
thanks, man.
It's a legit band. It's not like a throwback or a tribute or, you're playing for the money or any sort of nostalgia. It's just like a band that comes out and kicks ass.
Exactly. That's how we treat it. We're like, it's just a band and we're just doing what we do. And it's so funny when like Ill Repute could be like, I'm surprised they haven't toured, like done the huge tour yet. I don't know. I mean, that's maybe they don't have that plan, but yeah, there's, like you said, they're still amazing. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they got to go to Europe, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they want to play Missouri on a Thursday night, but but
where?
No, somewhere in Missouri on a Thursday night.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, but
Did you go to that show over the weekend with Pulley and Solid?
oh no, I've lived in San Diego since 2006.
Oh, you live in San Diego. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought you lived in Ventura County. Okay.
no.
Yeah, I live in LA these days.
Yeah, I grew up in Oxnard, but I moved here in '06 and never left.
Oh, okay.
Because San Diego is the best city in America.
Oh man, it's amazing. I love San Diego. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
That's cool, man.
you did record a new LP, correct?
Yep. Yeah, we did.
And it should be coming out anytime soon.
Yep. We kind of like it's been a little slow, but we just ran into some issues here and there. But the record is getting pressed as the order went in last week, or it's going in this week, and they're predicting it might be out December as early as this. First they said, oh, it could be out in October. Well, we might send it to a different plant because this plant they're having issues with it, but let's count on December. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping December at the latest, but we're pretty excited. Yeah.
How was the process of writing a new record?
That took a while. We just started practicing a bunch and just came up with different riffs and started working out the parts at practice and working on the lyrics, and until everyone was happy with it, And it took longer than we thought. It took like a couple of years. It took like a year or two.
Yeah.
Until we could put, like the songs played the way we wanted to. But we think it came out really, really good. So can't wait till it comes out. Yeah, it's just straight hardcore. So
Yeah, I can't wait either. What label is doing it?
Puke and Vomit.
Oh, sick.
It's Radiation Records' record label. Their side is Queer Pills. They put out the demo LP.
Right.
It's kind of the same, but Puke and Vomit is the main label.
Yeah.
Queer Pills is kind of the side label.
Okay.
But they want to be on Puke and Vomit now. So
yeah, that's cool.
I guess we kind of moved up.
Yeah, that record store is awesome. Have you been in there?
Yeah, it's amazing. I was there just last week. They said we should have. They got the test pressings over the weekend. They said it sounds amazing. So
awesome.
Yeah, it should be pressed this week. I'll find out this week, but it's coming. It's coming down the pipe. So.
I can't wait.
Oh man, thanks, man. Us either. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and we're all pretty happy with it. Yeah.
That rules. Fred, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
I just want to say thanks, Zach. He killed it on the Nardcore comp. All the bands did. We're honored to be on it. I can't believe the scene is still as strong as it is. And hopefully we'll be playing shows again. And, we'll look out for our records coming out this year, 2020. And don't get sick.
Yeah. We'll post about the record when it comes out on the 185 accounts for sure.
Awesome, man. And, thank you.
Yeah, Fred, do you feel like you've been well represented on the interview?
I think so. I was a little nervous at first, but I got kind of, I think it was okay.
Yeah, I'm still nervous every time, so don't worry. And I also speak worse than like every single guest. So.
No, you sounded fine. I think. What do you think?
I think you did great. I think everyone does great.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I listen to a few of your podcasts. They're great. They're awesome. They're really cool. Listen to people like their stories and stuff.
Yeah, I love it. It's been really fun. And also, the best thing about it is it's like doing a band in a way. The best thing is like reconnecting with old friends.
Awesome, man. That's cool. Now it makes sense to me why it's 185 miles south, because you're in San Diego.
That's right. Yeah, and
I didn't know. I was like, what does that mean?
It's a play off the fanzine out of Oxnard.
Right, the 60 miles north.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, Fred, thanks so much for doing this. I appreciate it a lot.
Oh, thank you, Zach. Anytime. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? On the line, I got Marndez from Char-Man. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So glad to get you on here, and I'm stoked on you guys doing the Char-Man set for the pod. So I appreciate that.
Hey, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah.
I've known you a long time, and just so happy to just stoked on the podcast, and just it's awesome. Stoked.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And the pod, we talk about a lot of older hardcore and, incorporating myself. And your brother was actually like really integral to getting me into the genre. I mean, obviously for you as well, that'd be awesome to have him as your older brother. But just for me, when you get into a style of music like this, it's, been around for over a decade when you get into it. I mean, there's just so much shit, and you're going to rely on either people that are older than you or, people that know the genre better to like expose you to things, and so he was a very important person for me. But
yeah,
and I'm sure you too,
cool,
right?
Awesome. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Darian, he showed it like, way back he was into it in like the early mid 90s, when it was like, I was a little kid, and it was kind of like mind blowing to hear that stuff, like to hear like Judge and things like that. It took a couple years for me to kind of get into it. I had to be like an 11-year-old and listen to ska and whatever else is on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
Bad Religion. But with Zarian and Graham, like both of them, because Graham opened up a whole like 80s thing, and you know what I mean, you and Ryan, and just once I started going to shows, it was definitely just super cool, the amount of just information that people had about stuff. And Craig, because Craig was always Craig and I were friends since like junior high, and got into record collecting and all of that stuff in the early 2000s.
Yeah. So, are you intimidated at all being in a band? Like, if people don't think of Char-Man as a band that's like has like these heavy hitting ex and current members, but if you think about it, it is like, you got Tony from Annihilation Time and In Control, and you got Zarian that was does Lecherous Gaze, and then also John Glue, Nails. So do you feel it like, does it feel strange being in a band with such heavy hitters?
Yeah, it definitely does. Like, I mean, I feel like, and like, for one, they've been really encouraging me to kind of like come into my element, and definitely for this last album, because it was like, I really felt that like I really wanted to push myself with my guitar playing, especially because Zarian was in doing Lecherous Gaze for those years, and I mean, Graham's obviously, like the pinnacle of kind of sound, and I've learned so much from just like watching him through the years. So I really wanted to do my best to make like all the guitar parts as memorable as I could, and just kind of just practice all the time to do it. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So I think it's pretty cool. And John and Tony are awesome. I mean, I grew up watching Tony. Like when I first started going to shows, I think the two best drummers in the area were Tony and Graham, and I guess Danny Walker too, from like Uphill Battle and stuff like that. But that was definitely like who I was watching. So it's been really cool to have them on board and to play music with them, which is a interesting story, because when the band was first starting, with like Craig and Zarian and I, West from later Annihilation Time on the third record, he was playing drums, but then he wasn't into playing drums, wanted to play guitar. So we asked Tony, and he was down, and then we're to record, and then that's the Black LP, that the self-titled one. And then with John, Craig had recorded John at my mom's house. So the first time I met John, he was like 15, and he could like play the Char-Man, play like all the Char-Man songs already, like as good as I can or better, and could play like every Who song. So it was just kind of a natural fit. When the time came that we needed a bass player, that he was the right person. So it feels like a large family of heavy hitters for sure.
Yeah, and we should bring everyone up to speed that Char-Man, you got 3 LPs out now. The new one came out in September. Can you talk a little on that, like the name and a little bit about that record?
Yeah, the name of the record is called Power of the Night, and it came about. The thing with the band, it was sort of besides like the first couple years, in like 2000, like, like 3 to like 5, it was more active, but it was kind of, even though we're playing shows, it was kind of sort of like a side thing, it start and stop. But since Zarian moved back from the Bay, we were all just really focused on it. So the name of it came from Zarian and Chris Grande, who helped write the lyrics to that song with Zarian. So actually, it's a funny story. The name of that was actually, the song's actually about Renfield. If you know from Dracula, he's like the dude that like, he's the dude that before like the Keanu Reeves kind of goes out there, he's like crazy and in like a cage, and he's just like the master and like eating bugs and stuff. So he wanted to tell like the story from like Renfield's perspective. So that's what that song's about. So yeah, really it's just kind of like just embracing the unknown and just stepping up to your true self is kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and how do you compare this record to the first two?
I think it's this one is by far my favorite. The thing with the other one was it was like the band was always in some weird state where with the Black one we weren't really playing shows because Wes wasn't in it, and we basically got Tony to record the songs with us, and then after it was recorded we're like, well, you want to play some shows when you're not, since AT wasn't doing anything. And similar thing with Barney in the West. When Craig passed away, we wanted to record the songs and we weren't really playing. So it feels like those albums were like a lot looser for me in a lot of ways. While this one, it's like we trimmed the fat, we worked on the arrangements, and John and Tony are really good at arranging stuff. And then Taylor Young got at the Pit Recording Studio got a really good sound out of us. It's like the first time that I think it got the closest to capturing how the band sounds live.
Yeah, I thought it was so impressive, you guys going to Taylor, because, he's known for getting the heavy tones, and for him to like dial into this totally different sound is really a testament to what he does. Yeah.
I only have the highest things to say about him. It was such a great experience working with him. And, obviously, John has all that time spent with him in Nails, so they're really close. And, I think it was probably really fun for Taylor because it was sort of challenged him a little bit in terms of like what the band sounds like and what we're going for. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay. The other ones, I'm always like, there's little parts of it. I don't know if it's like this for you, but sometimes there's like little parts in it, you like almost like cringe at times. Like, oh my God, why did that? What was I thinking? But with this one, so far, I'm just really proud of it from start to stop, and the comp song too.
Yeah, that comp song is my favorite song on the comp, dude. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's got to get the Narcore for Life comp. You already know that. I've pitched it way too hard. And everyone's got to get this Char-Man LP. Where can they get it at, Maher? Or fucking fuck. Where can they get it at, dude?
You can get it at charman.bandcamp.com. CHAR-MAN.bandcamp.com. And it's Char-Man, Power of the Night.
Yeah, dude. Everyone handle business. So we're going to get a live Char-Man set on right now. What was this experience like for you?
The experience recording with Ian was awesome. And this interview with you, it's always a pleasure. There's just so much to talk about. Known you for so long, and it's an honor and a privilege to be on 185 miles south.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, let's go to Char-Man, busting it out, Ventura, California. What's up, everyone? We're going to get to Char-Man right now, but I wanted to say a big thank you to Ian, who recorded this. And if you like the way this sounds and you want to get your band recorded, you want to record anything, he's in the Ventura County area. You just hit up titlesoundonline@gmail.com, or you can follow him on Instagram. It's titlesound on Instagram. So check that out. Hit him up if you want to get a recording. And let's get on with Char-Man.
I need a No? Okay. Or a Maharaja?